In the swirling darkness of the abyss, where shadows dance and gold coins flash like fleeting stars, a question echoes through the infernal hierarchy. We all know the name Lucifer, the morning star, the king of hell. But is there another power, a force so potent that even the embodiment of pride himself would feel a tremor of fear? Today, we delve into the gilded vaults of damnation to uncover the story of Mammon, the prince of greed. Before the great rebellion that shattered the heavens, Mammon was not a demon. He was a cherub, one of the celestial host, whose wings shimmered with the light of creation. Standing close to the divine throne, he was a being of immense power and beauty. But within his radiant heart, a different kind of fire began to smolder. When Lucifer, driven by his own boundless pride, first whispered the seeds of rebellion, Mammon was not merely a follower swept up in the tide. He was a strategist, an architect of the fall. He saw a weapon that no one else had considered, heaven's own boundless wealth, its very essence of prosperity. We can imagine him, a golden figure whispering into Lucifer's ear, not of swords and fury, but of influence and corruption. Why fight for a throne, he might have said, when you can own the very foundation it stands upon? He proposed using the treasures of the celestial kingdom to sway the undecided, to buy loyalty, to fund a war that would be won not by might, but by avarice. This was the moment greed was weaponized, turning the divine into the material, and setting the stage for an eternal conflict. When the dust of the celestial war settled and the fallen angels plummeted into the abyss, hell was born. But for Mammon, this was not a punishment, it was an opportunity. His domain in hell is not the fiery pits of torment you might imagine. Instead, it is a vast, cold, and dark treasury. A kingdom of avarice stretching into infinity, filled with every piece of gold, every sparkling jewel, every ounce of wealth ever coveted by a mortal soul. Here, mountains of coins scrape against a perpetually dark sky, and rivers of molten gold flow where waters should be. And upon a throne, not of fire or bone, but of cold, hard jewels and solidified greed, sits Mammon. He is not a prisoner here, he is a king. His fingers idly trace the facets of a diamond the size of a human heart, his eyes reflecting the endless glitter of his dominion. He is the master of all that is coveted, the warden of humanity's insatiable hunger for more. Within the intricate politics of hell, a silent rivalry brews, a tension far deeper than any open conflict. Lucifer rules through pride, his authority absolute, his power unquestioned. He is the supreme monarch, the embodiment of rebellion against the divine. But Mammon's influence is different. It's more subtle, more insidious. He doesn't command legions with roars and threats. He corrupts souls with whispers of want. His power seeps into the mortal world, fueling wars, toppling empires, and turning brother against brother, all for the sake of possession. While Lucifer revels in the damnation of a soul through defiance, Mammon savors the slow, patient decay of a soul hollowed out by its own greed. Imagine a scene in Hell's Court. The great princes of damnation are gathered. Lucifer, on his throne of basalt, outlines his strategies of pain and despair. Then Mammon steps forward. He doesn't speak of suffering, but of investment. He proposes a new war against heaven, not with armies of demons, but with the accumulated wealth of his realm. He speaks of buying influence in the mortal world on a scale never before seen, of corrupting the very fabric of creation by making it reliant on his currency. As he speaks, a hush falls over the court. For a fleeting moment, we see it in Lucifer's eyes. It's not just surprise. It's a flicker of something else, unease, perhaps even fear. Because Lucifer, the master of pride, understands power, and he recognizes in Mammon's proposal a power that operates on a different axis, a power that could potentially eclipse his own. A war funded by infinite wealth, driven by an endless hunger. It's a strategy so profoundly corrupt, it gives even the king of hell pause. In the end, we are left with a chilling realization. Lucifer's pride may have caused the initial fall, a single cataclysmic act of rebellion that created hell itself. But Mammon's greed is an eternal, ongoing project. He doesn't just want to rule a piece of creation. He seeks to own it, to possess its very soul. His ambition is not to sit on heaven's throne, but to put a price tag on it. This makes him a uniquely terrifying power in the infernal depths, a rival king whose dark influence may, in the end, prove to be the most potent force in the long, dark story of damnation. While Lucifer is the storm, Mammon is the slow, rising tide, threatening to drown everything in a sea of gold. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the dark heart of greed. If you enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more tales from the shadows.